Hey everyone, it's time to catch up on the electrical part. I'm sorry I missed a few pieces of this, but you'll see some pictures and stuff here. I'm going to go through kind of what I did and how I put it together as soon as these crows get out of here. But I wanted to touch base on this a little bit and tell you, first of all, I'm excited to announce that I passed inspection on the first shot, which was good. I mean, this isn't a complex sort of setup, but it was really nice not to have an issue with that and to be able to get off on the right foot with the inspector for future times. We got along pretty good. He was a really nice guy. He actually said he congratulated me on my drawing because he really liked the way that was put together. Apparently they get a lot of like stick figures and stuff in the past, and I kind of went over the top on that because I didn't want any questions. Now, there have been a couple changes that happened when we put this together, and some things that I found out because we're dealing with a well now. And that changed a couple things. I'll go through that here in a minute. But the first thing I want to do is kind of show you what it looks like in here and give you an idea of what it is we've done. Now, first of all, as I mentioned before, I had a hard time getting a hold of any sort of just a standalone meter box. This was all torn out, as you can see in the earlier episode, which I'll post up here somewhere. But I ended up going with this multi-unit, and this is really kind of designed for a trailer, something along those lines. It is an 8-circuit, but there's only 4 areas, 4 breakers, but you can do dual and quad breakers across these, so you can end up getting more out of it. It is kind of nice because it's a single unit, but basically what you have is you have all your meter stuff up here, and instead of like before where you have your meter and then you have basically a conduit that connects this to the box that has all the breakers, this just kind of puts them together. It is fairly convenient. I like it. So we have our service disconnect here. We have our various breakers here. Now I'm only running like single gang breakers. I'm not running any of the quads or any of those here for the time being. I don't need them. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to pull this off and I'll show you a little bit about what we did. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the power off to this thing because we're going to pull this cover off. Got my trusty screwdriver here. Here's a little trick. This end right here where like these kinds of things go happens to be the perfect size for these cover screws. If you're playing around with this, don't forget that. It's a lot easier to grab it with this than it is with the screwdriver bit. Now I am still going to be careful with this because there are some live wires that still kind of come into this, okay? And there's some protections in place, but you want to be careful. So here you go. This is off of here now. Set this up here like so. Oh, okay. And basically you have the insides of the box right now. Oh, look, and a dead wasp. I need to figure out where that guy got in from because I don't like that. That's not a good sign. So like I was saying though, you got to be a little careful because there's some wiring comes up here. So let me grab the camera. Let me show you a little bit closer what's going on here. Okay, so this is the inside of the box. What I have here is that main breaker right there. So that's this piece right here. And then there's the breakers here. Now again, there's like double and quad breakers you can get for this. It actually has 2 breakers in one of these widths, and like this. And there's a quad that you can get that has 4 and 2. The difference is, it's kind of strange, but you can see there's this side and there's that side here, right? Okay, so there's these 2 sides right here. These are different legs of 120. All right, to get 220 volts or 240 volts out of here, you actually need to span 2 different ones. And if you look at this breaker right here, you see how one of the legs comes off here and the other one does not? It actually comes off of this side. That's what gives you the 220. The quad breakers, what it does is the middle 2 span these and gives you 220 in the middle, and then the outer ones are each on one of the 110 legs. Hope that makes sense to you. If not, let me know in the comments. I can try to show you a picture of it. Now, this breaker is a 220 breaker because it spans both sides of this, okay? This is for the well pump. Now, initially, we thought the well pump was 110 volts based on some wiring things. And I'm still not sure that the wiring part was done right. I'd be interested in hearing more. But then here we have a 20 amp. This is for the GFCI that goes to whatever we're going to plug in out here, extension cords and stuff. And this is a 30 amp that goes to the RV plug. It's 110 volts. Now the wiring comes in here, it splits off and goes up into here, which is the ground and neutral side. Now, gets a little weird in code the way that this works. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the sun out of there as much as I can, but gets a little weird the way the code works, okay? And the way that this works is on the first box in from your power, okay? The ground and neutral are bonded. That means they're connected together. They're the same thing. From this point forward, any additional boxes, like if I do another power box out on one of the workshop or the sheds or something like that, they actually have to be separate, which is, I don't know the reason behind that, just know that's the way it is. So for the first one, they have to be bonded. Now, this is a little tricky because there's not a whole lot of spots here. My understanding is you can actually twist a couple of these grounds together, I think 2 or 3 at once if you need to, but I made it. If I had 8 circuits in here instead of 4 or 3, it would have been a little bit tougher, but it worked out just fine. And as you can see, they come in here. Here's that wasp I was talking about. Now, the idea that I have a flying creature this size inside this, that does disturb me just a bit. But anyways, power comes up through here, goes along here, and attaches to the bottom of these breakers. Here, let me pull this one out to show you. Remember, this is powered off, okay? But these just clip on. So you see there? That's a hot. That's a positive, a hot, whatever you want to call it. The white is going to be the neutral. So the white here is neutral, and then green is ground. Now you'll see these are thicker than the other wires, and that's because this runs 30 amps. Now it only does it like down here to this plug. It's not very far. You can see here, that's a 30 amp RV plug. So it's not like it's going very far, which is good. As you go a little bit further, you may end up needing to have thicker wire. This is from the GFCI, which goes down here and across. Oh, I'm sorry. This actually goes to the well pump. This one goes to the GFCI, which goes down here and across. Now, okay, it seems a little odd, right? And frankly, I mean, I think this turned out looking pretty darn good. The electrical guy kind of liked it too, but it was a lot of work, and it got really weird. I showed you in one of the previous videos here where it got ugly down here, where I was trying to get these to work. So I ended up having to do a 90 that came in here. Oops, I should probably tighten that up a little bit. You see, otherwise I use these liquid tight or rain tight connectors. This one comes down to a regular old GFCI outlet like we're used to seeing in our house. Saved me quite a bit of money when it comes to doing the breaker, because I can get a breaker that actually has GFCI built in, but it was about 4 times more expensive. So anyways, this comes down here like this. Now this is the ground. This gave me a little bit of trouble because I was trying to figure out how it went in here, and it turns out, I should have some photos of this. I can't open this anymore because it's been sealed. I can't open the box part up here anymore because it's been sealed. But basically, this is a 4-gauge ground. It comes up, it goes into the bottom of the box. It runs up here and then across here to where there was a nice little lug that is also attached to this. But for code, it all had to be contained in here for that piece of it. Man, the sun is really going to try to wreck me. I'm sorry, folks. But it all had to be in the top part with that ground as well, okay? So it was a little bit of a challenge, but it worked out, right? This then goes down as you can see, goes down into this little trench here, okay, and comes across. Now, this needed to be at least 5 inches of dirt, and you can see here, that's an 8-foot ground rod that we drove into the dirt. So it comes up from underneath there, it doesn't split, but then it comes along here, along this path. And yes, this is coiled up. I'll probably cut that. I'm trying not to. Just because I'm going to reuse it at some point in time. And this stuff's expensive. You cannot have a cut in this. You can see the second ground rod is right there. Those are 8 foot. Now these two cannot be closer than 7 feet or 6 feet apart. So I made it a little over 7 feet right there. And I'll end up filling in this little trench here very soon. But that's about it, folks. I mean, this worked out pretty well. I did have to change some things up here. The straps were a giant pain in the butt on this. So I ended up having to do kind of some conduit hanger straps, and he was okay with it. I got 1 or 2 of the other ones up there. The power company called for 3 of them, minimum of 3, so that's what I did. It ain't perfect, but what I'm trying to remember here is that this is all temporary. This is all going to go away in the near future. Okay, so as you can see, it's really good that we got power on out here. Using generators and stuff was a real pain in the backside. This is going to allow us to just provide power to a lot of things a whole lot easier than with the generator, a whole lot quieter and longer term. So I could plug in some things out here. We're going to be looking at some internet options, some rural internet options. We'll have to see how that goes. But those kinds of things need full-time power. So I think eventually we're going to be doing some solar out here. But for now, this is well worth having, and I'm very happy to have it done. Next thing we're going to look at very seriously is going to be our well. And we'll see how that turns out. Stay tuned and look for some future episodes on that one. Thank you.